Her cousin both said, what a dreadful chutzpah. Oh, Esther is a clever queen, her people she will save, sir. Oh, today we'll marry, marry me. Oh, today we'll marry, marry me. Oh, today we'll marry, marry me. And Nashsamamintashin. When Esther speaking to the king of Haman, aha, said he, oh no we won't, I'll spoil his bad intention. Oh, today we'll marry, marry me. Oh, today we'll marry, marry me. Oh, today we'll marry, marry me. And Nashsamamintashin. Oh my gosh, another verse. Friend came to an end, this clever Mr. Smarty, where he became a wiser man at Haman's Purim party. Oh, today we'll marry, marry me. Oh, today we'll marry, marry me. Oh, today we'll marry, marry me. And Nashsamamintashin.
All right, friends, what a time we are living in. I want to say that I want to assure you that everything that we are experiencing, it will be okay. I want to assure you, but I can't. So, Chag Sameach, Happy Purim, and welcome to Purim 5785. I am Rabbi Adam Stock-Spilker, Mount Zion's most recent diversity hire. That line brought to you by Steve Martin at SNL's 50th. It kind of worked there, kind of worked here. Okay, so we are going to begin with a Ma'ariv service. It's time to pray. So I'm going to invite everyone to please rise. Yeshua Koach Cantor, you intuited what the connection of this holiday just 5 months ago. We were celebrating Yom Kippur, which is Yom Kippurim, which is a day like Purim. It is a day in which We are knowing that our fate is not up to us, it's up to God or up to others. And at this moment, we think about all of those things and we think deeply about our lives and our meaning and our mortality. We take a deep breath. Everyone take a deep breath in. Let it out. Another deep breath in and out. And now we're feeling our spirits, and we're going to sing with contemplation Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kavod Malchut Le'olam.
Amen. All right, fine. Have a seat. Bavakasha, Cantor.
Ukshartam le'ot al yadecha, v'hayu l'totafot b'neinecha, uktaftam al mezuzot beitecha, u'visharecha, leman tizkeru, v'asitem et mitzvotai, v'yitem kedoshim le'lechem, ani Thank you for making me think I had a stroke there for a minute. Is anyone else aware of that? Okay.
Responsive readings run contrary to everything you believe in as a Reformed Jew. Because instead of formulating your own thoughts and opinions in your own unique way, you simply repeat words that have just been chosen for you. Like a store-bought greeting card, responsive readings sap us of our ability to choose the words and expressions that we ourselves would have chosen. Look, I can make you moo like a cow. Or bleat like a sheep. Repeat after me. I will never, ever mindlessly repeat words that someone else has chosen for me.
I will never, ever mindlessly repeat words that someone else has chosen for me.
And I will always take charge of my thoughts by formulating them in my own unique way.
I will always take charge of my thoughts by formulating them in my own unique way. So last year, to great acclaim, I brought out my ability to sing Mir Chamocha to any song. So I invite you to call out a song, and I will do Mir Chamocha to that song. Call it out. Turkey in the straw it is. Mir Chamocha b'alim Adonai, Mir Chamocha nedar b'kodesh, norate loto seifela, norate loto seifela, ma'od nara uvanecha, okay, gam lifnei Moshe, za'eli anu yamru, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. No one asked for turkey in the straw.
Boo. So this might be the way the state of the world is right now. So a little bit of a serious moment as we say together this prayer for protection. Together, Hashkivenu, dear God, we have all known sadness and challenging times. Please help us wipe away all hatred. Please help us protect everyone. Please help us bring peace to the world. Amen. Please rise now for the Amidam. And sometimes it feels like we are just hanging on, barely hanging on by a thread.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufiagi tehilatecha. Eternal God, open my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise.
And now a few moments for breathing, quietude, and prayer. For Purim, we sing together for the miracles that happened long ago in real times and, God willing, may happen for us.
Al hanisim ve'al hakorkan ve'al hakurot ve'al hachua ve'al hamilchamot she'asita lavotenu bayamim ha'hem b'zman hazeh. Al hanisim ve'al hakorkan ve'al hakurot ve'al hachua ve'al hamilchamot she'asita lavotenu bayamim ha'hem b'zman hazeh. Al hanisim ve'al hakorkan ve'al hakurot ve'al hachua ve'al hamilchamot she'asita lavotenu bayamim ha'hem b'zman hazeh.
Together in the days of Mordecai and Esther, the wicked Haman arose in first, plotting the destruction of all the Jews. Together he planned to destroy them in a single day, the 13th of Adar, and to permit the plunder of their possessions. But through your great mercy, his plan was thwarted, his scheme frustrated. We therefore thank and bless you, O great and gracious God. And before we are turning to Elena, you may be seated for a Devar Torah.
Some of you have been inclined to call me Dorothy tonight, and I'd like to say to you, it's a Rabbi Dorothy. So I want to share with you some Musar. Many of you have taken Musar over the last 14, 15 years since we've been studying it here. Musar is the cultivation of positive qualities in our souls. And part of the Musar practice is having a phrase that we repeat each day to remind us of the character trait, the midah, that we are working on. I'd like to share tonight some Musar midot, some Musar phrases from a great modern Musar master who comes from the UP, known as the Meshuggah Rebbe. I thought that one up myself. I'm pretty proud of it. One who laughs lasts. The optimist sees the bagel, the pessimist sees the hole. If you can't say something nice, say it in Yiddish. It's not who you know, it's who you know had a nose job. If it tastes good, it's probably not kosher. After the destruction of the Second Temple, God created lomans. Do we have lomans here? Look, Musar's an old tradition. Who else could have invented the 50-minute hour? That one takes a moment. 20% off is a bargain, 50% off is a mitzvah. Israel is the land of milk and honey. Florida is the land of milk of magnesia. Pork is forbidden, but a pig in a blanket makes a nice hors d'oeuvre. The high holy days have nothing to do with marijuana. So what's wrong with dry turkey? If your name was Lipschitz, you'd change it too. Always leave a little room for the Viennese table. Always whisper the names of diseases. One mitzvah can change the world. Two will just make you tired. Amen.
Yeshakayach, can you hear Ratzon, be this God's will? So we're coming toward the end of our service.
Do you think we should do Aleinu?
Every year you ask. No, let's just move on.
Aleinu l'shameach l'adon.
I guess we're doing it. Please rise.
Sheish k'dulah li'otzer b'reshit. Shalosh anu k'goyei ha'aratzot. V'lo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama. Shalosh sam chelkeinu kahem. V'gol aleinu k'chol hamonam. V'anachnu kolim u'mishtachavim u'modim. Lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu. Letaken olam b'malchut Shaddai. V'ne'emar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz. Bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad. U'shemo echad.
Well, that wasn't funny.
You can take your seats. One last bit of wisdom. Schmear today, gone tomorrow. And we all know that no joyous occasion is complete for Jews without a little sorrow. And so tonight, we'll take a slightly serious moment, but also joyous, as we remember loved ones. There are some in our community who perhaps are in mourning today for a loved one, a friend, a principal. And so if you are in mourning, I invite you to stand as I recite the Mourner's Kaddish, a prayer actually of praise and gratitude. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach yiruteh ve'amlich malchuteh, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'vizman kari v'meru, amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam u'l'olmei omaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpo'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shmei d'kudsha b'richu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechemata da'amiran be'alma v'meru, amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'meru, amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'meru, amen. May the source of peace truly send peace to those who mourn, comfort to those who are bereaved, and peace to all of us. Amen.
And now a few announcements. My name is Bessie Kapufnik-Nish Kugelman. That's hyphenated, in case you're wondering. And I am a member of the board of Crusties. Whether you're here for the first time or the 4 millionth time, we are so glad you decided to come and raise a row with us. A few announcements about upcoming classes. This Monday night, chanting and charcuterie. Curious about trope and tripe? Learn how to chant Torah and arrange delicious, artful meat boards. Pot Shabbat. Mount Zion's fun new 18-plus alternative to our popular monthly First Friday Family Shabbat. Pod Shabbat will debut on Friday, April 18th. And guess what? Shabbatosaurus will be there too.
I think it's April 20th, actually.
Whatever. This service is formulated to enhance calmness, ease stress, and boost your mood. Our special oneg will feature a variety of edibles, including brownies, cookies, and gummies, as well as handcrafted, cannabis-infused adult beverages. We'd love for you to join us. Regular oneg available too. And last, but certainly not least, Matzah Mania, a class the week after Passover. Did you know that while we're commanded to eat matzah during Passover, we're not commanded not to eat matzah during the rest of the year? Matzah gets a much-needed makeover in this fun cooking class featuring the carb everyone loves to hate. The matzah abilities are endless. And besides, what are you going to do with all that leftover matzah? Come on, you know you buy too much every year.
We're transitioning to the Megillah. Sing along. Utsa Eitza.
Utsa vetufar, utsa vetufar, utsa vetufar, davar davar velo yakum ki Immanuel. Utsa vetufar, davar davar velo yakum ki
Cantor.
Immanuel.
Cantor, you've got the words wrong. I'm sorry. Rabbi Renetsky and I went to Camp Ramah. I know a lot of you go to Osrui, but, you know, some of us go to Camp Ramah.
We learned the right words.
We learned the right words. It goes like this. Utsu Eitza went too far. Some of you know this. In the bushes at Ramah. Utsu Eitza went too far in the bushes at Ramah. How far did Utsu Eitza go? Utsu Eitza went too far in the bushes at Ramah. How far did Utsu Eitza go? Everybody! Utsu Eitza went too far in the bushes at Ramah. Utsu Eitza went too far in the bushes at Ramah. How far did Utsu Eitza go?
But Rabbi, what does it mean?
I don't know. I don't understand. Okay, the Megillah. Let's learn some responses. When I say King Achashverosh, you say? Some of you remember. It's like we do this every year. God bless you. King Achashverosh. Mordechai. Esther. Good job. Vashti. Like they did on the Arsenio Hall show, which is such an old reference now. Vashti. And Haman. The whole Megillah.
Rabbi, I have a question. I'm working on the slides for Sunday morning. How do you spell woo, woo, woo?
Anyone want to guess? I would do it W-H-Q-Q-Q-Q-Q. That's a SNL reference. All right. Well, not exactly the whole Megillah, some of the Megillah. Rabbi Renetsky. And we're going to pass out the whole Megillah. If you raise your hand if you want to have the whole Megillah, we're going to pass them out to you.
We will have the verses that we're actually reading up behind us.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav amikra megillah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam שעשה ניסים לאבותינו ואמותינו בימים ההם בזמן הזה.
Amen.
ברוך אתה, אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. ויהי בימי אחשוורוש, הוא אחשוורוש.
God bless you.
המלך מהודו ועד כוש, 27 ומאה מדינה. בימים ההם כשבט המלך אחשוורוש.
God bless you.
על כיסא מלכותו אשר בשושן הבירה בשנת 3 למלכו עשה משתה לכל שריו ועבדיו חיל פרס ומדי הפרטמים ושרי המדינות לפניו והרותו את עושר כבוד מלכותו ואת יקר הפרוכת גדולתו ימים רבים 80 ומאת יום.
Yasher koach. And we are skipping ahead to chapter 3. Siana is going to read for us. You didn't miss so much in between. We have a useless king who's not very good at his job and a bunch of ministers who are also not very good at their job. Sound familiar?
Chapter 3, verse 5.
Oh, and also in case you're keeping track, Vashti has already been banished for not listening to the king, because it turns out that standing up to men gets you in trouble or something. And Esther has now entered the picture. Hasn't happened. Ah, okay. All right.
Okay, never mind. Okay.
What a guy!
Lechashmid Akho HaYahudi, my brother and trope, Asher Becho Bachut Achashverosh.
God bless you. What a guy.
B'chodesh harishon, hu chodesh Nisan, bishnat shneim esrei, hamelech Achashverosh.
God bless you.
Leave now.
right, so we've gotten to the part where we find out that Haman is a bigot, surprise, surprise, and he's gonna make some trouble. Because he's not happy that Mordecai didn't bow down to him, and so here we are. And we are picking up in chapter 5. Skipping ahead a little bit. The part that we've missed in the middle here is the Jews being pretty stressed. Also, totally unfamiliar feelings in this. The Jews are stressed. Mordecai says to Esther, listen, you really got to do something about this. And Esther says, what am I supposed to do? And Mordecai says, you kind of are in the palace these days. I think you can figure it out. And she dresses herself in garments and goes before the king. And here we go.
You ready? Vayetze Haman. Just stop it with that. Bayom hahu sameach v'tov lev v'chirot Haman et Mordechai b'sha'ar hamelech v'lo kam v'lo zah mimenu v'yimaleh Haman al Mordechai chema. That's chema. Pay attention, Rabbi. Vayitapek Haman vayavo el beito vayishlach vayavet oavav v'et zeresh ishto vaysaper lahem Haman et kavod ashro v'rov banav v'heit kol asher gid lo hamelech v'et asher nis'o al asarim v'avdei hamelech vayomer Haman af lo hivia Esther Hamalka im hamelech im המשתה אשר עשת כי אם אותי וגם למחר אני קרולה עם המלך. You're wearing your chanting hat now.
And now, Rabbi Heather Renetsky will be chanting from chapter 6, verses 4 through 10. Hold on to your groggers. And if you want to know what's happening in the story, read it on your own time.
Lot et Mordechai al ha'etz asher hechin lo vayomeru na'arei hamelech elav hine Haman omed v'chatzer vayomer hamelech yavo vayavo Haman vayomer lo hamelech malasot ba'ish asher hamelech hafetz bikaro vayomer Haman belibo lemi yachbot hamelech lasot yakar yoter mimeni vayomer Haman el hamelech ish asher hamelech hafetz bikaro yaviu lavush malchut asher lavash bo hamelech vesus asher rachav alav hamelech vesher nitan keter malchut berosho vanaton halavush vehasus al yad ish misarei hamelech apartamim vehilbishu et haish asher hamelech hafetz bikaro v'yirkivu al hasus birchov ha'ir vayikru lefanav kacha yaseh la'ish asher hamelech hafetz bikaro vayomer hamelech lehaman maher kach et halavush v'tasus kasher dibarta v'asachen leMordechai haYehudi hayoshev b'shar hamelech al tapel davar mikol asher dibarta vayikach Haman את הלבוש ואת הסוס, וילבש את מרדכי. וירכיבהו ברחוב העיר, ויקרא לפניו, ככה יעשה לאיש, אשר המלך חפץ ביקרו.
Can we do it again but have a call for the horse this time? There were so many Suses in there.
And the story continues till we get to the verses. The Jewish people had light and joy and gladness and honor. Let us sing La Yehudim.
La Yehudim, hayta ora, v'simcha v'sason v'ikar. La Yehudim, hayta ora, v'simcha v'sason v'ikar. Rabbi, can you change the slide?
Please join me in this prayer. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who has contended for us and defended our cause, avenging us by bringing retribution on all our mortal enemies and delivering us from our adversaries. Blessed are you, Adonai, who delivers our people Israel and all innocent peoples of this earth from all their adversaries. Amen.
Amen. And then there's this beautiful song at the end of chanting, whatever chanting of the Megillah we do, Shoshanat Yaakov, Song of Songs. The Jewish nation is compared to a rose, Shoshana, a reference to Shushan, recalling the verse, the city of Shushan celebrated and rejoiced. And it ends with, cursed be Haman, who sought to destroy me. Blessed be Mordechai the Jew.
Shoshanat Yaakov, Zohola v'samecha, bir'otam yachad, tchelet Mordechai. Shuatam hayita lanetzach, tikvatam, bechol dor vador, Baruch Mordechai HaYehudi. Baruch Mordechai HaYehudi. Shoshanat Yaakov, Zohola v'samecha, bir'otam yachad, tchelet Mordechai. Shuatam hayita lanetzach, tikvatam, bechol dor vador, Baruch Mordechai HaYehudi. Baruch Mordechai HaYehudi.
All right, friends, we have finished our service. We have finished the Megillah. And I hope you are enjoying everything so far. But if you're not, maybe you should get up and take a good look at yourself in the mirror and say, what have I become? This can't be the clergy's fault. And ask yourself, when did I abandon joy? And what can I bring to the rest of this evening? Woo! So this is a song to be proud of being Jewish.
רבות דבר העם הזה בדרך, אך אני הולך עם ראש למעלה, כל אחד הוא בן או בת של מלך. ככה היה וככה זה גם עלה, יהודים נשמה בוערת.
It was just a fun little interlude. All right, so we're moving on to the rest of the evening. Chapter 1, Megillat Esther, Michael Wall and Bill Robiner. But first, we have to add a few disclaimers for the rest of this evening. First, a disclaimer. The opinions or perspectives shared are solely those of the authors and do not necessarily reflect the views, policies, or positions of Mount Zion Temple. This production has not been approved, endorsed, or authorized by the Federal Bureau of Investigation. No dogs were harmed during the production of this program. A cat threw up and somebody shot a duck, but that's it. The following performance may contain nuts, gluten, or sanity. The results of the humor may vary, especially if you're an idiot. All characters and events in the show, even based on real people, are entirely fictional. All celebrity voices are impersonated poorly. Chapter 1.
We're good. Our story takes place, if you aren't awareos, in the time of a cat named Ahashverosh. His flat, his Lower East Side, Shushan, Persia. His reign and his domain, 127 burgs, a swath of an empire to be oh so proud of. He reigned like a king, 'cause he was a king. Yes, he was a king, and after 1, 2, 3 years as king, it was time to revel. And it was time to show off. And it was time to party. And party, B-I-G. Everyone who was anyone was there to get down. And it was 6 hours. And it was 6 days. And it was 6 months of drink and eat. And it was the A1 high-end Vegas all-you-can-eat buffet of the day. How better to end a party than with a party? And Ahashverosh laid out a spread for one and all from Shushansville, and he did spare no expense. Bring me this, bring me that. Every cat in attendance got every bit when they asked for it. Even the queen, yes, there was a queen, gathered the chicks of Shushan and partied. And when the king, her hubby called, "Now come to me and be my prize, and let me show just what I got, 'cause I got you, babe." She showed instead what was in her head, her bellicose nature, and answered, "No, no, no, You see, the king, our atrocious lover of status, Ahasuerus, was stopped, and not in the name of love. And he had enough of that. And so, advised by his closest advisory advisors, the ferocious Ahasuerus in the woods Osh made a law and sent her packing, and sought to seek out what he thought was lacking. Beautiful? Yes. But obedient? Yes. Yes. Yes! Calling all cars, calling all cars. The words were proclaimed, sent far and wide, transmitted and translated in every way, so every tongue that wagged and ear that listened, so that every cat and every bureaucrat knew what the new knowledge was for every man, and that every man is to be the king of his very own castle, his home.
Whoa. What a start. Hello, everyone. I am Alicia Sawyer. For those of you who don't know me, I'm the religious school director.
You go, girl.
So you're not my usual audience. You're much quieter and more attentive. But I'm gonna roll with it. I've been here for almost 2 years now, and at just about this time 2 years ago when I was interviewing, I went through a bunch of interviews, and for each one I would put on makeup to try to make myself look older and more professional. And then as soon as I got the job, I was like, that's it. I'm not a makeup person. I'm not wearing makeup again. Well, you never know what you're gonna do. So I'm your MC for the rest of the night, and so I'm going to welcome up for Chapter 2, Sienna Goodwin, Jen Bernstein-Hanlon, and Andy Fine.
We would like to dedicate Chapter 2 to the eunuchs, the unhung heroes of the Megillah. Unsung! Unsung heroes of the Megillah. Without the eunuchs, Vashti would not have been called to dance at the party. Esther would not have gotten to the palace. There would not be no plot for Mordecai to overhear, and they still would be undecided about the fate of Haman! So in our spiel, we honor them. Big Thang. Who? Sorry. Big Tan. Haggai. Teresh. Carbonol. Oxygenol. Nitrogenol. Shonana.
That's enough.
Let's hear it for the eunuchs! And now to our play. After King Ahasuerus got over it with Vashti, he came to a realization. Hey! I ain't got no woman!
No woman, no cry. Sing with us. No woman, no cry. No woman, no cry. No woman, no cry. What you should do, Your Majesty, is get all the maidens of the city here at the palace, and you can choose the best one.
Well, what guy's gonna do that?
Not just any guy, a guy.
Let's a guy! Good idea. Get on it. Vayahi, in the city of Shushan lived a Jew, Mordecai, a descendant of the Jews driven into exile by Nebuchadnezzar by the rivers of Babylon. He was foster father or cousin or something to a beautiful young woman named Hadassah.
Actually, we call her Esther.
Sounds more Persian.
Anyway, Vayahi, the king's edict went out that all virgins were to come to the palace, and Esther was among them.
A girl's gotta do what a girl's gotta do.
Don't tell them you're Jewish. This way, maidens, this way. Not you.
Not you.
I said maidens.
You from Madodistan.
Yes, we're
No
taking
maidens in
everyone.
Madodistan, I have checked.
We have 6 months of oil of myrrh for you. Oh.
Beautiful.
Oh, well, hello. Who's this little fox? We've got something special for you. Come this way.
Do you think I'm gonna need a nose job?
We did not rehearse with scripts. Vayahi, Esther entered the king's harem and followed Haggai's advice, and when the time came for all the young women to be brought to the king, Esther was the fairest of them all, and so King Ahasuerus made her queen. But Adam Sandler hadn't been born yet, so they still did not know that she was Jewish. Vayahi, Mordecai was in the habit of hanging around the gates of Shushan. And one day, Vayahi, he happened to overhear Teresh and Bigtan, 2 of the king's eunuchs, talking.
Oh, man, is it hot?
Yeah, it's so hot.
It's so hard to get cool.
I bet it's cool in the palace.
Yeah, we'll never get in the palace, though.
Yeah, King, he would never let us in there.
You think? Maybe if the king was dead, we could get in.
Do you think we should kill the king?
Yeah, right, fathead. I think we should kill the king.
Vayahi, Mordecai heard this, and he went straight away to Queen Esther. Don't ask us how he got in the harem.
Esther! Esther! I heard those guys at the gate saying they want to kill the king! You have to warn him! Okay, Cousin Morty, I will!
Hey! Did you guys say you were gonna kill me?
Us?
We were just talking. It was hot.
Hot. Very hot.
I don't care. I'm taking revenge. You're gonna be impaled on stakes.
Oh, steaks. We never get meat.
But I'm vegetarian!
Vayahi, something happened. Vayahi, the plot against the king was foiled because of Mordecai's intervention, and the whole story was recorded in the king's annals. Annals.
There's one. Whoever was just on stage, if you could return the microphone to the stage, please. Or not. We have another one, I guess. This is... Sienna has it. Woo! Okay. Moving right along. That, I will say, working primarily with young children, not how I remember the story. I'm gonna be honest. So I've collected some books, some Purim books, and I'm just gonna be, as we continue on here, kind of looking through, checking our sources, fact-checking. I will report back on the accuracy of the stories being told here tonight. I don't know why we're against this, but we're gonna see how it goes. So for chapter 3, we have Margie Abrahamson.
Haman enters the scene in chapter 3. Of the book of Esther. After the beautiful Jewish maiden has become the queen of Persia, and her guardian, Uncle Mordecai, has uncovered a plot to assassinate King Ahasuerus. The king elevates Haman to be prime minister and commands his officials to honor Haman by kneeling down before him. Mordecai, however, refuses to kneel. Despite pressure from the king's officers, Mordecai persists in his refusal to obey the king's command. And now a poem. Haman's shadow. A courtier rise, a king's ears bent. Haman's ambition, a dark intent. The crown's favor, a gilded cage. A thirst for power, turning a new page. He saw the Jews, a people apart. A seed of hatred planted in his heart. A decree he sought, a wicked plan to wipe them out, to end their clan. But Esther's courage, a shining light, unmasked his darkness, banished the night. Mordecai's weapon, a guiding star, brought down the villain near and far. The gallows built, a twisted jest, became his tomb, his final rest. Haman's story, a lesson clear that evil's triumph is always near. But the seeds of hate, they still remain. In every heart, a whispered pain. So let us learn from this ancient tale to build bridges and never fail.
I don't know why that happened. Is it better now? Yeah, okay. Lots of microphone excitement. That was so great. And right when Margie walked in tonight, I was standing at the door and I knew exactly who she was. I love just a traditional Purim Haman costume. I don't know why we've got to get fancy. It's confusing. So if there was any confusion, I'm here to clear it up. I am clearly Esther. That's Haman. Just wanted to clear that up. We got all your... We've got all your Purim characters here. And so, continuing right along with our next chapter, inviting up Eve Zabronsky, Rebecca Margolis, and Annie Hoffman.
Yoo-hoo.
Ah, a message. Dear Queen Esther, you should know that there is a man named Mordecai crying at the king's gate. He's wearing nothing but sackcloth and ashes. Uncle Morty, I'll send him a letter.
Thanks. Oh, a letter for me. Dear Uncle Morty, I've been told you ran out of clothes and are crying in the street. I sent a new fit for you. Love, Esther. Well, let me write a reply. Messenger, please send this to Esther.
Dear Esther, thanks, but I don't want these. Well, I'd better ask why.
Oh, hey, thanks. Dear Mordecai, why not? Oh, this is going to be a long one. Here you go. Wait, give me that pen.
You have some more time this time. Dear Esther, I did not bow down to Haman. And now there has been a decree from the king sent throughout the lands that all Jews are to be destroyed, and their destroyers will be paid handsomely from the king's treasuries. Uh-oh. This must be Haman's doing. Here's a copy of the decree. Please, you must go to the king and beg him to stop this for your own people. What power do I have before a king?
Oh, thanks. Dear Mordecai, anyone who approaches the king without being called will be put to death, unless the king says otherwise. If I go to him, I might die. There's nothing I can do. Esther and Esther. Well, thanks.
Esther, do not imagine that being in the king's house will save you of all the Jews. If you do nothing, rescue will come for the Jews from elsewhere, and you and your father's household will perish. Oh, no. And who knows whether at a time like this you will attain the kingdom. Yikes. Last one. Last one.
Thanks. I hope she gives you a raise.
Me too.
Mordecai, go gather all the Jews that are present in Shushan and fast for me for 3 days. I will also fast. And then I will go to the king without summons. If I die, I die. Well, I better get going. There's a lot of people I gotta gather.
I found a book that I think really ties in with that last chapter about like Esther's courage and I think really embodies the fear of the moment, right? When she's told by Mordecai that the Jews will be saved, but she will die. It's called Purim Chicken. Would highly recommend it. Truly a tale of bravery. I will have it if anyone wants to borrow it. Chapter 5, Peter Block and Bonnie Rubenstein with a more elaborate setup than we've seen so far.
Thank you. Well then, here we are. Chapter 5.
One ringy dingy. Two ringy dingies.
Hello?
Oh, good gracious. Ashi, is that you?
Yes, my love. Oh, my Queen Esther. It's so good to hear you. Oh, my little canoodle. Oh, will you maybe come to my chamber this evening and touch my scepter?
I'm so flustered. I've been fasting, and I would revel to see the king.
Oh, I know you've been fasting. Yes, it's been arduous, my little cupcake. Oh, I long for you. I haven't seen you for so long. I've been fasting too. Maybe I will share my Social Security check with you. If you come to my chamber and whisper sweet nothings in my ear.
Good gracious. Yes, I am Ashi. I'm interested in having a private party.
Oh.
And because I've been fasting, I want I want to have wine from Tiberias and figs from Samaria and camel cheese from Hebron.
That sounds wonderful, my little precious. Oh, I can't wait to see you, and that's so kind of you to put a party on for us. I love that so much. And remember, I will share my Social Security check with you. Just tell me what you want.
I want to. I know how you like to play ringy dingy with me. And Ashi, please join the banquet with me, and I will whisper sweet nothings in your ear upon tomorrow's.
Oh, heavens, I'm beside myself. I am joyous. I am exuberant.
I'm going to contact Haman now and invite him to the dinner, the private party between the king, Ashi, myself, and Haman. I will call them right now. 1 ringy dingy, 2 ringy dingies. Hello? Is this the party with whom I'm speaking? Are any of you getting this? Who is this? This isn't Haman. Who is this? Sylvia Schwartz. Sylvia, this is Esther from AT&T, and I'm trying to reach Haman. How did you pick up the phone? Okay, I'll try it again. What, he's your neighbor? Oh, well, okay, fine. Go to your neighbor and tell Haman to give me a call, please. I want to invite him to someplace very special. Yes, Haman. Hello? Hello? Ringy-dingy. Haman, you are invited to a feast tomorrow with the king and myself. I expect to see you there, and I'm so excited to invite you.
You want to kiss my ring? You want to take a bow? Huh? Huh? How about you? You want to kiss my ring?
I will never.
How about a bow? Ah, you're all the same, just like Morty, huh? Morty wouldn't bow. It really pissed me off. But enough of that. Enough of that. It's trifle, it's nothing. Because I'm the richest man in Shushan. It doesn't matter, huh? I've got sons. My sons have got sons. And they've got friends galore. And you know who they are? Because I'm so proud of them, I call them my proud boys. And we could take over the castle if we wanted, huh? But you know what really roils me? Morty would not bow. Therefore, you know what I must do? I must build gallows and convince the king that indeed we will hang Morty from a gallows 40 cubits high. What's a cubit? Well, I don't know. So I guess I will off to build the gallows now. Ciao.
I did not invite anyone other than Haman to the party, and it shall be that way. And that is the end of chapter 5.
audience participation time. Please raise your hand if you remember that chapter happening, because I do not. Yeah, not a few hands, but mostly, I swear, I do not remember that part. But as a reminder for those of you who, because we still have 5 chapters left, so what comes next? I could not tell you how we fill 5 more chapters, but just as a small reminder, we're going to just keep things moving along. We've heard the Megillah, we've heard a service, we've heard more Megillah. It's just going to keep going. So, chapter 6 and Lifton, we'll just keep things moving along here.
Yes, we were Lipschitzes. My great-grandfather was Shmuley Lipschitz. He's a real ladies' man with that name. That's true. Absolutely true. I feel like I'm at a debutante ball with the candles and the eyes wide open masks here. But, okay, so imagine for a minute that I'm in the New York subway way too late, gossiping, which is a thing I've been known to do. I'm talking to my eunuch friend, which is apparently public information because in the Tanakh, it says that they're eunuchs. That's a bit personal, right? But if they didn't mention that, we would assume that they were all cisgender, which isn't true, as it turns out. So, talking to my eunuch friend Teresh, who swears knows the real queen, swears that they know the real queen. Okay, so we're going to do a little Yiddish because my grandfather liked to mumble some dirty Yiddish words. But this is a nice Yiddish phrase, so it goes, Wie geht's, Mädel? Does anyone know what that means? Wie geht's, Mädel? What's up, girl? So, Teresh is on the phone. I want to hear a really loud, what's up, girl? Wie geht's, Mädel? Wie geht's, Mädel? Okay, that works in Bavaria, too. I do not recommend that. It's true. It works in Yiddish and Bavarian German, but don't use it there. Okay, so I'm talking to Teresh, and they swear they know Queen Esther. Okay. Anyways, here's the scoop. So Xerxes couldn't sleep. Chronicles were read to him. You know how he loves the History Channel. And in this story, Malachi saved him from 2 assassins, which reminded him that, yes, assassins are still a problem. So Xerxes remembered that Malachi had never been given anything special. So Xerxes says, Haman, we're sort of friends, not really, but I do want to ask you, what does a hero deserve? So Haman says, well, of course, the best king kicks, maybe an off-white robe, chains with a big C. And Xerxes says, all right, now we're talking. I absolutely agree that Malachi should get those things. So Haman's moil opened, he fell in his tuchus, and Haman was quite mad. He went home, and he ranted to his wife, and he used the M word, which is mechashoif. Does anyone know what that means? Don't use that with your wife, unless you like sleeping on the couch. It's a sorcerer, I believe. It's not a good sorcerer, not like a cool, wicked sorcerer. So, let's practice that word one time. All together now, machashoif. Okay. Can mumble that at your neighbor. And you can mumble it at a certain figure named Linda McMahon. Does anyone know who that is? She's my favorite machashoif. It's a quick one. Thanks.
Audience, you all are doing great. If this was the religious school kids, things would be thrown. At least 7 of them would be crying. Someone would be running across the stage. So you're all doing great. We're going to keep it moving. We're going to invite up Glenn Harden to do the next chapter.
Okay, so the next night, I invite the king and Haman, the prime minister, to come back to my quarters at the palace for dinner. Now, I got to tell you, dinner at the palace, it's like eating in a 5-star restaurant every night. It's unbelievable how good the food is. So we have this big meal, and I am completely stuffed. And the king turns to me and he says, "My dear queen, whatever is it that you wish for?" And I say, "Your Majesty, what I wish for is to live. And I wish for my people to live because we have been scheduled for annihilation this year." And the king says, "Well, who in the world has scheduled you for annihilation?" And I said, "Why, it's that wicked Haman right there." So the king got very angry, and he calls to his eunuchs, and he says, "Guards, I sentence this evil Haman to death. Seize him now, take him outside, and execute him." So the guards come and they grab Haman and they take him out. But before he leaves, I say to him, "Well, Haman, I got one last thing to say to you. I am woman, hear me roar, in numbers too big to ignore. And I know too much to go back and pretend. 'Cause I've heard it all before. And I've been down there on the floor, and no one's ever gonna keep me down again. Oh, yes, I'm wise, but it's wisdom born of pain. Yes, I paid the price, but look how much I've gained. If I have to, I can do anything. I am strong. I am invincible. I am woman. You can bend but never break me, 'cause it's only gonna make me more determined to achieve my final goal. And I'll come back even stronger, not a novice any longer, 'cause you've deepened the conviction in my soul. Oh, yes, I am wise, but it's wisdom born of pain. Yes, I paid the price, but look how much I've gained. If I have to, I can do anything. I am strong. I am invincible. I am woman. I am woman. Watch me grow. See me standing toe to toe as I reach my loving arms across the land. And though I'm still a little embryo with such a long, long way to go, until I make my brother understand. Oh, yes, I'm wise, but it's wisdom born of pain. Yes, I paid the price, but look how much I've gained. If I have to, I can face anything. I am strong. I am invincible. I am woman. I am woman. I am invincible. I am strong. I am woman. I am invincible. I am strong. I am woman. Whoa, 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 yeah.
Glenn, how would you feel about painting yourself green for Sunday and just doing that, just all again up on the stage, a room full of kids? You can think about it. That was amazing. And now we have Chapter 8 with Elise Cole, Phil Goldman, and Steve Silverman.
Okay, welcome everyone to tonight's historical improv spectacular. We're diving into chapter 8 of the book of Esther, where things get tense, dramatic, and of course a little ridiculous. But this is improv, so you, the Shushanites out there, will help decide how the things play out. I'm eating this beard. In order to get started, we need you to call out the three parts of a typical improv scene, all right? Who, what, and where. First, who? Name a singer who is famous for, I don't know, blue suede shoes.
Elvis.
Elvis. Hey, I heard Elvis. All right.
I love that answer.
Work with us here, guys, okay? Next, name a comedy group known as, the People's Judean Front. Monty Python, I heard it, yep. Finally, name a festival that begins on, let's say, the 14th of Adar. Purim, all right, we gotta go. So we're ready. We have Elvis, Monty Python, and Purim. You guys think we can make that work?
I guess so.
Work with me here, folks. All right.
I guess so.
Okay, you guys, let's get started. We couldn't afford a clapper, so this is scene one.
The king realizes he has made a mistake.
Oh, no. Oh, so remember that little decree I signed for Haman? The one in which all the Jews would get attacked. Oops. Yeah, now that Haman has been rotisseried, it turns out that was like not a great movie, not a great move. In fact, in all honesty, I'm kind of all shook up about it.
Gee, you think? Well, that's another fine mess you've gotten us into, Achi. What are you gonna do about it?
Yeah, King, you ain't nothing but a crown dog. We gotta do something soon. Hit it. It's now or never.
All right. Since I am the queen, thank you. I'll lead the people of Shushan. The king needs a solution. You decide. What should he do? Should he A, write a new decree, historically accurate but boring, and we hope you don't choose it? B, should he just shout out, stop it? S-T-O-P, new word, I-T, stop it. Or C, should he form a committee to draft a new plan? Actually, we are at Mount Zion, so I assume we'll form a committee. Do you all agree?
Okay, well, since we are at Mount Zion, first thing we need to do is, turn that up down. All right. Here's Post-its. Your choice is between free the Jews and bring Haman back again. Okay. Take a Post-it. Make your choice. All right, nothing over here.
Okay.
All right. It's a split decision.
Oh, speaking of split decision.
All right, committee it is. First thing we need to do after this is to split up into groups. Hey, thank you. Split up into groups of 3 and discuss what we just decided. All right?
All right.
So let's count off. 1, 2,
3,
1,
2,
3,
1.
2,
3.
All right. Groups 1, 2, and 3 will meet over here. All right. All in favor of saving the Jews say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nothing. Okay, the decree is approved. Now I think we can adjourn, but where's Robert Garfinkel when you really need him? I think we need Robert's Rules of Order here. All right, it's a plan. We will free all the Jews. A new decree it will be.
Scene 2, delivering the news. Clapper.
All right, all right. But now we got to get the message out. How can we do that in time?
Pulling out all the stops here. All right, what do we do, guys?
Use the microphones.
We use the microphones. Where are we? Oh, we need something really fast. Faster than a kid to the eunuch table. We need ideas from the people of Shushan.
Okay, Shushanim. How should the message be sent? Should the king, A, make burnt offerings, once a very Jewish thing to do, and use them to send smoke signals to the people? B, post it in the bulletin, if there's still time to get it in. Or C, should we send out horseback riders to spread the decree far and wide? Very historically accurate.
All right, horseback riders, spread the word. All right.
But how should we celebrate?
Audience, you will need one final time. You get to pick our finale. Should we A, sound groggers that we don't have time to the tune of Hava Nagila? Do we B, dine on meat skewered on a stick? Actually, now that you mention it, there's that Haman thing again.
Haman what?
Haman. Or C, do we go with, they tried to kill us, they failed, let's eat and call it Purim. What do you say it's Purim? All right.
Right, okay. So that, my friends, is how the history of Purim might have happened if we had relied on you as our present-day Shushanim would be listening to Don't Be Cruel as we ride bareback to a feast of shish kebabs, taking comfort in the fact that the plan has been moved and seconded and made it to Teresa in the nick of time. Being ever so thankful that didn't happen, we are glad to end Chapter 8 with a hearty Chag Purim Sameach!
Chag Purim! This way, no, this way. No, what? Put it around the neck of the candle.
This was definitely a throwback, kind of like SNL 50, where the opening performer said, I was performing this in 1977, and the other performer said, I wasn't even born then, and neither were my parents. Elise, I don't know if you were alive when these guys were doing their opening shticks at Mount Zion, but thank you for joining them and bringing this intergenerational moment.
All right, we're almost there. We're at chapter 9. That means we just have 9 and 10 left. I have been paying close attention for historical accuracy, comparing with my books, and I have another one that I'm hoping comes up in chapter 9. I have no idea what happens in chapter 9, but I'm hoping that it has something to do with sweet tamales for Purim.
It doesn't.
Well, I'm going to be keeping my ears out for tamales.
Error.
All right, the scene, a lovely home in St. Paul, the Mahjong moms of Mount Zion playing Mahjong upstairs in the kitchen. Us two lovely third graders, part of the Mount Zion Religious School. Playing in the basement? No, reading the Megillah as good religious school students.
My kids are too young. Oh, shoot, I don't have my script. We're chit-chatting.
How's the end of the school year treating you guys? Are you looking forward to the summer?
Oh, yeah, we're going to Duluth to celebrate summer.
You gotta tell me where you stay. I want to make the trip too. And does it seem awfully quiet down there today?
I don't know about you, but I don't remember this stuff. It says, for the fear of Mordecai came on them? Whoa, he sounds cool.
Wait, what happens next?
The Jews slew and destroyed 500 men?
What? Let me see that. What?
Mom!
What is it, honey? What is it?
You know how you always say I'm the most mature and a beautiful third grader ever?
Yeah.
Well, I was reading the Megillah and it, who is Eridai and Vaizatha?
I don't know, honey.
Well, it says they were slaughtered along with 500 men?
I don't think that's how the story goes. Just go back downstairs and play, okay? We're in the middle of our game.
Wait, so I'm pretty sure this says that it was Esther's idea to hang Haman's 10 sons? Am I reading that right?
God, that doesn't seem like that could be right. Let's talk to
Mom!
Mom!
Yes,
Mom!
yes.
We're trying to maj down here.
It says that Esther tried to kill all of Haman's 10 sons?
That doesn't sound right. Esther was the good guy in this story. I'm sure you're reading the Megillah, but I'm glad you're reading the Megillah, but you should look a little closer.
But it says right here, Esther decreed that the sons would be killed, and then 75,000?
Wait a second. Let me look at that. Guys, we're trying to play this maj game over here.
Uh-oh.
I'm sure
Give me that.
the 75,000 men were trying to kill the Jews or something. Go downstairs and figure it out.
I keep telling me I'm reading this wrong, but it literally says right here, if it please your majesty, Esther replied, let the Jews in Shushan be permitted to act tomorrow also as they did today. Are you reading this the way? Like they're going to kill everyone just because they felt like it?
But it says they did not lay hands on the spoil. That's got to count for something, right?
I guess so. Mom!
What?
Look, I've read this through, and it says they killed 500 men, and then wanted to go out and kill 75,000. They must have been really mad.
Look, honey, it says here, they were to observe them as days of feasting and merrymaking, and an occasion to send gifts to one another and presents to the poor. I think that's really the point here.
Okay, if you say so.
A balloon!
Wow!
And there you have it, Mount Zion's players. Give them all a round of applause. So based on that last scene, we're feeling like Wicked is too violent a theme for our spiel. So we've revised it already for Sunday, and now we're going to base it on Academy Award-winning Anora. Just kidding. Mount Zion's leadership team, come on up for our final chapter.
Each year we tell the story, each year the tale's the same. Queen Esther saves the day, and we all start to cheer her name. It's more than Ham and Tashem, It's more than crackers too. It isn't just a story. Each year it comes true. We learn to try defying tyranny. Our jobs to try defying tyranny, and they won't pull us down. We know in every era bad people come along. The world needs someone brave to take a stand and right the wrong. We know it won't be easy, standing tall in scary days. We're gonna need a hero. Esther shows the way. Then we can try defying tyranny. You can't deny we're defying tyranny, and they won't pull us down.
Unbeatable. Together we're unbeatable. Together we'll show the world the light we hold within. Listen, sometimes bad things happen, so we throw our hat in. There's no fight we cannot win.
And so we'll try defying tyranny. Our job's to try defying tyranny, so they can't pull us down.
Everyone sing along.
Except there's a nice musical interlude right now.
So when the world is scary, look to Queen Esther's tale. And when you're feeling weary, think of how Queen Esther blazed a trail. 'Cause when the wicked rise up, that's just our time to start. So hold your head up and keep this message in your heart. We're going to try defying tyranny. Our job's to try defying tyranny. And should they come to every town, it doesn't matter who they are, how close at home or just how far, they're never gonna bring us
Chag Sameach! Thank you all for coming.
If you liked that last number, come Sunday morning, 9:30 a.m. You can see the whole show. Chag Purim Sameach.